Welcome, everyone, to the Modern Day Overthinker podcast. My name is Colin, and I am your host. Welcome back, or welcome if you're tuning in for the first time. I appreciate it. This week's episode is with Sarah Edwards. Sarah Edwards created what's called the Set Apart Company, where she helps people chase, construct creativity, redefine joy, coexist with mental health, and strengthen faith with lifelong tools, creative spaces, and love. It's her and her husband who run this company, and I've known Sarah virtually for a few years now, and she is a mental health advocate such as myself, so always love talking to her. We talked a lot about work and workflow process and setting reasonable goals for ourselves, stress with work. Sarah recently left her job, and she's feeling a lot of freedom from that. So we talked about that, consistency. We both have OCD and have been dealing with that most of our lives, and we had to talk about that. We talked about medication, supplements, all kinds of stuff, and I really enjoy every time I talk with Sarah. It had been a long time since I talked to her, so we had a lot to talk about, and without further ado, this is episode number 59 with Sarah Edwards. Welcome, everyone, to the Modern Day Overthinker podcast. I appreciate you tuning in. This week's guest is Sarah Edwards, and wanted to start off by letting you introduce yourself and kind of share a little bit of background on what you do, because you also do a lot of podcasting and content creation as well. And we'll kind of go from there and get into it.
I love hearing the last name change. I just got married. So that's
Yeah, I was
definitely
like,
the first time I've
newly
been
Edwards.
introduced.
Yeah,
I know. I love it. It has a ring to it. But hi everyone. My name is Sarah Edwards. I used to be a full-time art director in advertising is what I did for basically the last handful of years. But on the side, as Colin mentioned, I do have a podcast that I run myself called Set Apart Podcast, and I run my own mental health company that I promote different classes for creativity and productivity, keeping in mind mental health, as well as workbooks, downloads, and things like that, an apparel line. I do run a magazine on that site as well, just to put out more content about mental health and just really helping someone become set apart in their way of thinking and elevating their understanding of mental health. And then I also work for a nonprofit on the side here locally in my state, which is Connecticut. And they are a mental health nonprofit group that also specializes in addiction and suicide recovery. So I'm currently getting trained to become a recovery specialist, and I run their podcast as well, which is great. And I work with a lot of young adults on that. So I'm really all over the place, spanning
I know how that goes. Yeah.
between all these hats. But I'm really fortunate because now I can put my full focus in these side hustles, which Kyle and I were just chatting about the glory of that. And yeah, I'm just trying to see where it takes me and where it goes. But I'm always happy to chat. You're like one of my favorite people to talk to. So I'm happy to
I
hop
appreciate
on.
it. I appreciate that. Yeah, now you have this new freedom that we were just talking about, where you have more time to work on all those side hustles. Because I know all about having a bunch of different side projects going on all at once, and you're just like, I don't know what to focus on. And
Oh yeah, all the
you,
identities and the emails.
how do you now that you even with more time, you said it's still like hard to get everything done in a day. How do you manage your time trying to shift your focus from one thing to another? Or do you are you a big planner person, or like write everything down? I know some people who do a lot of that, or use your phone, or
Yeah, actually, it's funny you ask because some of the classes I teach for my site is about productivity and
Mm-hmm.
process. And I'm a really big believer that everyone should invest time to become their own project manager and study what that means for them. And as someone with mental health disorders and even learning disabilities, I found that it's crucial for me to discover my own workflow process instead of buying into the society's method of how someone should process their tasks, information, and projects. So I took a long journey to discover what does that look like for me? How does that work with my brain? Not just following the pattern of maybe what I learned in the workplace or back in school. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I found for me that it works to, what's the word I'm looking for? Denoise my very loud mind and just kind of brain dump everything I have to do and organize it from there and keep a strict schedule and also set reasonable goals, which I'm very bad at and I'm working on because my
Yeah.
bar for success is ridiculously high and only feeds my anxiety. So I've been working on a class, but also self working on goal setting reasonably. And that's really helped me actually be more successful and get things done. So that's crucial with wearing 20,000 hats and going
Yeah.
crazy all the time.
So do you do that at the beginning of the day or like the night before, or how do you kind of set your schedule for the day?
I'm a strong believer that everything for most people should be done the day or days before they actually have to do it.
Okay.
And this isn't including random things that might come up in our day.
Yeah,
Obviously, if
obviously, yeah.
suddenly you have a bill to pay or something happens, that's different. But it's really powerful for me to release everything in my brain the day before so I can actually sleep better at night and not be ruminating at night. Because as I have OCD, I'm also more prone to ruminate. So letting that processing happen above before I have to actually sit down and work, it means that my focus sessions, which are usually about 3 hours of optimal focus, which everyone has their own focus time, by the way. For me, it's mornings, are way more effective because I have that 3 hours. I know exactly what I need to do. I trust that that's when my brain is at high energy levels and I get a lot done. And then I feel successful because I swallowed my frogs first. And then if anything cracks the rest of the day or emergency happens, I did my thing. So I feel good for the rest of the day and accomplished.
Yeah, I am like the opposite when it comes to productivity.
Oh
I
boy.
I am well when it comes to like timeline, like my brain is like more high functioning later in the day,
hmm
like evening, like not even
hmm
like afternoon, like that. Um, I've never been a morning type of person. I used to think
hmm
like there was something wrong with me because of that, and
Yeah.
I'm learning that there really isn't. I mean, it's just the way my head is and the way my brain works. I mean, not only do I have OCD, but I was diagnosed with ADD as well. And that
Mm.
was more recent when I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. It's like, wow, you opened my world up.
Yeah, I don't know if I have ADHD or ADD. It kind of like is I'm in between on that. So I don't really know about the hyperactive thing because I don't really have like a bunch of just energy like pent up all the time. I don't feel that way.
Yep.
But definitely when it comes to like my focus and my attention, I have noticed, and they've tried to put me on different medications for it, and I don't know. I don't mind being on medication. I've been on medication most of my life, but it's just like
hmm
another addition to the medication. And I'm just like, really, do we really have to
Oh,
do
it all
this?
adds up.
And,
Yep.
and I'm just like, I just feel like such a guinea pig sometimes, like when it comes to my psychiatrist. She's great. She's awesome. She's willing to try a bunch of different stuff. And I'm just like, I'm glad she listens to me because some of them will just push stuff on you and just be like, here, take this, take
Yep.
that. And like, um, she's all about trying different things. She knows that I have an addictive personality as well. So we try to stay away
hmm
from certain things. Luckily, like when it comes to medications and pills and things like that, that wasn't really my issue when I
Yep.
was
Yep.
using, but I'm glad you're working with a nonprofit that does addiction help as well because you're probably learning a lot.
Oh, yes.
I
It's,
am
yeah, alarming.
yeah, I like just realized today I'm just like, I haven't been to a meeting in a while. And I'm like, dude, you need to go to a meeting. I'm like, well,
It's
it's
all
nice.
about consistency.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's all
Well,
about
usually,
consistency.
well, my consistency got thrown off this week a little bit because of work, and we're talking about work and work-life balance, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It got thrown off because we kind of got a curveball thrown at us at work and got some extra stuff shoved on our plate. Me and not
Mm-hmm.
just me. It's like it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, they're just picking on me. It's not like that.
No,
It's
it's
like
a team. Yeah, yeah, for
there's a
sure.
team of us that all got flooded with a bunch of extra work and trying to help out. And on top of our regular schedule, which has been pretty busy as well. And I had to miss my weekly. I usually go to at least one meeting a week,
Mm-hmm.
and I missed my regular meeting that I'd usually chair actually. And
Mm.
I was like, I've been thrown off by that. And
Yeah. Do you think that that's not to throw you questions because you're the host here,
that's
but
fine. That's fine.
do you think that that choice is serving you? Like, what's serving you more, the work or the meetings?
Oh yeah, the meetings for sure. The work,
Mm.
the work is serving me because it pays my bills.
Mm-hmm.
And it keeps me out of debt, out of more debt, I should say, because I'm already in debt. I've been in
Yeah,
debt for
yeah,
a
yeah.
long
Pretty sure
time.
all Americans are at this
Yeah,
point at this time.
yeah. So, and I'm just like, I can't quit until I'm like not in debt, and it's just a bad mentality to have. Um,
Yeah, I was in that bucket.
you feel stuck, and I feel like I'm stuck right now.
Yep.
When it
Like a trapped
comes,
animal. Yep.
yeah, when it comes to work right now, and uh, like I could get a lot done with my job and I've been able to help a lot of people out, but it's I work in customer service and I deal with people that are I'm in leadership. I deal with people that are angry and frustrated and I can't
Mm-hmm.
always help them. I can't always fix the problem as quickly
Mm-hmm.
as they want me to, and I get to be the person to hear about that, and it takes a toll on you
Yeah.
after a while.
Yeah. There's an emotional cost as well as time cost. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I'm starting to realize that, and I think it's catching up to me because like for the longest time I was like, it's fine, I'll be
Yep.
okay.
It does catch up to you and it will eventually get you, which is what I learned. Yeah.
Yeah, because you recently decided that you had to get out of the line of work that you were doing because it was mentally and physically, it sounds like, just taking a toll
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah, it was killing me. I was in a very high stress industry.
Mm,
And I think that high stress industries are okay, but in moderation. And so if
yeah.
that particular industry starts crossing some boundaries of, especially time, really not giving you that work life balance, weekends, nights to reset yourself and take care of your existence as a human being, like we all need to, then that's when the toll really starts occurring because not only are you compromising that personal time, but the hours you are on the clock, it's a high stress environment consistently. There's not really a consistent resting point, or there's a high roller coaster. So you can't trust your workplace anymore to have your interest at heart. And that's when the dangers really start coming into play, at least for me. So I hit a point where it was affecting my health severely. I became pretty much bedridden, honestly. It was hard to leave the apartment. And I already have chronic conditions at play physically. So they were flaring up. It became
Oh yeah.
intolerable. Yeah. And then the mental side obviously comes back. My OCD became stronger and sleep paralysis and panic attacks and everything really started being impacted. And when those parts of ourselves are impacted, then other pieces are impacted in our life as well, like relationships, family, social life, which just feeds back the physical and social needs that we have and already at play. So I decided it wasn't worth the money and the income, so I asked for help, and I have a really good support system around me, and I put my 2 weeks in, and now I am free.
Now you are free.
Now I am free, unchained for the moment. I have to go back, but I have a pause to not only take a few months off or a month or a few weeks, I don't know yet, but to take the next job in heavier consideration with more boundaries and more things that I'm going to look for in a new position that are going to honor the things that my last job company didn't. So here's
So,
hoping.
so you're doing a reset, basically.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, which sounds awesome. It
It
really
is
does.
epic. It's also a lot of work.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not fully restful because you have to put in that emotional cost of feeling slightly unstable, changing your lifestyle as well to accommodate this new need. But I find that that emotional cost is less than the emotional cost of what it was doing to me before. So I was
Yeah.
willing to make that transaction and call it a day.
So you said you currently you're living in Connecticut. Are you in an area where there's like it's cheaper cost of living or higher cost of living or
So Connecticut, we just got a lovely state report that we are one of the most expensive states to live in the country, next to California and New York.
what?
So no, Connecticut now is the highest in auto care, in electric, and in gas in the country. So unfortunately, it has not gotten easier in that respect. But I do find that as people in this generation, at least myself, someone that's been definitely more fortunate in my life walk, that there's a lot of things that we think we need in life that we actually don't need. And we've gotten accustomed to getting complacent that these are things that we have to have, not things that we are lucky to have. So I've really gotten to take a look at, I don't need to keep all the lights in my house on. I don't need to take long showers. I don't need to eat out every week. And this sounds kind of crazy, but when you start cutting those things back, you go, this is actually how much money I could be saving. And it's definitely been a shift for
Yeah.
me because I've always compensated with my stressful job by having a spending problem, which I think is where my addictive personality comes into play. That
Ah,
was my method of coping, was shopping, buying things, compulsive buying, which it wasn't out of control, but it was at that point where it could become out of control.
yeah.
And I realized that I had a problem. So I've had to not only cut back on that and learning that that was a way that I was releasing toxicity from my stressful job and making it feel like I was important and that my job mattered. So it's a cycle, like most conditions,
Oh
as we
yeah.
both know. Yeah.
Yep, yep. And when it comes to OCD and anxiety, do you notice that because right now, like for some reason my anxiety's higher, but my OCD is not as high for some
Mm.
reason. I don't know why. Usually it's hand in hand, but for some reason, like I have like this yeah, definitely a heightened anxiety and mixed with a little bit of depression as well.
Yeah.
It's just like a weird space and my OCD hasn't been too crazy lately, which is weird. I'm kind of like confused. I'm just like,
I was there. I
where
was
is it?
there.
I'm like, where is
Yeah.
it? Where's it gonna? When's it gonna creep in? When am I gonna start
Mm-hmm.
having all the intrusive thoughts and start doing all the compulsions? And
Mm-hmm.
it's just like weird. Not
Yeah,
sure what.
I've been there personally.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. It's a change of pace, that's for sure. And also, yeah, I don't know if the weather has had played a factor at all because our weather's been
Mm,
all over the place. I don't know about you guys, but it's been
yes.
weird.
Yes.
Like it'll be like super nice and then cold again and then
The
uh,
seasons impact me deeply. I've had to really rely on taking note of that and not ignoring it. So I have to take vitamin D and I have to go outside for walks, even if it's not the most comfortable weather outside. Like those all play a role into my mental health. New England weather sucks, by the way. It's very inconsistent.
yeah, yeah. So is Midwest too.
Yeah, makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, we get the same. It's very this time of year is just always weird. Um
Mm-hmm.
and and my birthday is coming up and it almost always rains on my birthday.
Ooh.
Almost.
Yeah, my birthday's in December, so I totally
Does it get the
understand.
snow or
Yeah, the just the classic nor'easter 2 days after Christmas when my birthday is, on top of holiday travel. So it's just a party, really.
so you're the 27th?
Mm-hmm.
That's my dad's birthday. That's funny.
Really? Oh, small
Yeah.
world. Small world. It's an
Yeah, he
interesting
hates it.
time. I hate it. I
Yeah, he does not like it
despise
at
it.
all. Yeah, he does not like having a birthday 2 days after Christmas.
This year I'm celebrating on probably June 27th as a half birthday because I'll be turning 25 next December. So
Okay.
I want to celebrate for real.
Yeah. Enjoy the weather and actually being able to see the sun would be cool.
Yeah, yeah. Going outside, being a human being would be great.
Yeah.
Ideal.
I I have noticed that I haven't been going outside as much lately, just because like I work from home and like I have my office set
Hmm.
up and I get work mode and I'm like, oh, I gotta get out of the house. I haven't been outside and yeah,
That
going for
was my
those
problem.
walks. Yeah, going for those walks is nice, even when the weather does kind of suck. It is helpful.
Yeah, I work from home and I don't drive. So getting out is really hard. I have purchased and it's amazing. I should not take credit. My husband bought this for me right before we got married, and it's one of those desk treadmills, and it is
Oh
a
yeah,
game
there's a
changer.
couple people at work that are
Yeah.
like this whole department at work. They all like are jumped on that hardcore. One person
Hmm.
got one, and then another person got one, and then another
It's
person
like
got
honestly changed my life. It's my mental health is so much better, and
one.
my body is starting to feel better too. So really
Yeah,
recommend it.
I'd have to change a couple things with my desk setup because my
Hmm.
monitors are like attached to the desk and they're lower. They're not. I mean,
Yeah, you'd
and
have
I'm
to switch your
pretty
situation.
tall, so I
I
I
know.
I'd have to
I
like
know. It's
yeah
worth it, dude, though. Like, even if you
yeah
set up a small table that is like designated for just like doing certain types of work on with the treadmill, like I can't even promote it enough, honestly.
yeah. People have really been about it, and it throws me off because I'll be in like a meeting and I'll just see somebody walking and I'll just like
Yeah, I know it looks ridiculous, but I don't care anymore. I'm like, you people can judge me, but then they start asking questions and they buy one too. So it
it's
all
exactly what's
feeds in.
happening at work. And we
Yeah.
did like a step challenge at work last month, which I did not participate in at all. Um, and yeah, everybody was all about that. So
Heck
that was
yeah.
funny.
We love it.
Yeah, I have been implementing like workouts. Like I don't work out every day. I should do something physical every day. That has been something that's been on my mind. Like that's why like
Hmm.
just going for a walk was like, yeah, that should probably be something that's a part of your daily routine. Uh, I'm not quite there yet, but I do at least go to the gym 2 to 3 times a week,
I mean, that's
which
great still. That's still
which
good.
is more than I can say. A couple of years ago, I didn't go at all, so
Hmm.
I used to despise it. And like, if every time I did go, I would go for like a couple months and just be that guy and like have a gym membership and never use it.
Oh, I
Did
think we've
that,
all been there. Oh yeah.
yeah. So I've done that, and yeah, now it's like when I don't go, I get thrown off and um I've gone twice this week, but I don't know. It hasn't worked apparently.
Well,
Uh
it takes the time. So I'm gonna keep saying the word consistency. That's gonna be the name of today's episode.
yeah,
The amount of
consistency.
times I'm gonna say it, but that's all it is.
Yeah, I totally get it. I will probably go tomorrow more than likely just because of today. I'm trying to prioritize a couple different things. So, but yeah, I, everybody's all excited about St. Patrick's Day. Where this isn't going to be released on St. Patrick's Day, but we're recording on St. Patrick's Day right
Yeah,
now. And
yeah, I'm trying to wear green, support the cause.
everybody's all excited. I have zero green on right now.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, it's not like I said, it's not going to come out on St. Patrick's Day, so it doesn't really matter.
No
But
one
yeah,
will really know.
yeah, everybody's really not everybody, but I see a lot of people posting about it, and I just don't care. I
That's
really
how I feel.
I'm just like part of me is Irish too. I'm just like, all right. I'm
It
also
comes down
Catholic.
to the social circle.
I'm also
So,
Catholic and not supposed to eat meat today, but I've heard mixed reviews on
oh,
that. I've heard mixed reviews on that too.
okay. I've never heard of that. I mean, I'm Christian, so I have no idea what you Catholics do. I just know some stuff.
Well, it's Lent right now, so
Oh,
on
okay.
Fridays during Lent, you are supposed to abstain from eating meat. Um,
Oh man, so that corned beef isn't really gonna hit well.
but I've also heard that they're making an exception this year because it's on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, you Catholics are wild. I don't get it, man. All
This
about the work, all about the work. Christians, we're over here like we don't need to do good works. Like, have
Yeah,
fun, you guys, with all your
y-
rules.
yeah, a lot of rules. I grew up with a lot of rules. I went to Catholic
Yeah,
school
no.
my whole life. So through high school and even some at college, I graduated from a Catholic college actually, but it wasn't.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, the college I went to though wasn't. I mean, you wouldn't really notice that
Mhm.
much like difference. It was just private. I mean, it's smaller, but
Yeah.
I
Interesting.
yeah, I didn't start there though. That's just where I ended up because there's one in my hometown. So
Interesting. Huh. I
yeah,
bet we could have a whole side convo about religious.
yeah. Well,
Well, we're gonna go at each other, honestly.
I'm Catholic, but I'm a mild Catholic. I'm a very uh I go back and forth. Like
Mm.
um,
It
eh,
sounds like you'd like Christianity then,
well, we are.
because
I mean,
mild cat.
it's not like I'm not a Christian
No,
though.
no, you're not. We could go at it, man. Not on my side, not Reformed Christianity at least. We
Oh,
we got
gotcha.
some specs over here, and
Yeah, you guys are a
yeah.
little more progressive about things. Our Pope's not bad though. People like our Pope. So
Yeah,
the current
I don't know
Pope
anything
is
about them, but
he's
I
more
see
progressive.
pictures.
He's more progressive than any Pope has been in a long time. That's for sure. Um,
Wow.
so yeah,
Listeners are like, what is happening?
he's been nicknamed Cool Pope. Actually, I'm not joking.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah. Interesting.
but
Okay.
yeah, the Pope's an interesting position because it's a life position. Like it's
Yeah, that's blows my mind, honestly.
yeah, I don't understand that part. That's very old school, and it's like,
Yeah.
but I feel the same way about like the way like the political system is. We could get into that, but I'm not going
Oh
to.
yeah, that's a whole
That's a
I can't
whole
I can't even unpack that, but I can't I don't
you
I don't
don't.
have the energy.
Yeah, I don't either. It's a complete nightmare on both sides, I think, but
Amen.
um, I think most people can agree with that if they're paying any attention. They're just like, what is going on? Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
So I feel that's why I can't watch or read anything anymore. I
I
just
don't
kind
even know
of
what, and that's the other thing though. Everything's so opinionated. It's not like,
factual.
can you just tell me what's going on? That's all I want to know. I don't really
Hmm.
need all the takes. I don't need
Yep.
all that. Everyone has to have a take on everything. And it's just like,
I
no.
agree. I agree 100%. It's exactly how I feel.
So a person that I see online all the time that he stays out of politics and he's an East Coast guy. You probably know who I'm gonna talk
I'm
about.
just gonna stay over here.
You probably don't like him.
Go
Dave
ahead.
Portnoy, Barstool guy. Some people don't like him. I
I
he comes across my feed because I think he's funny. That's it. That's like where I'm at. He
so
yeah. But he
Colin's
it
out here trying to make me upset
yeah,
today.
yeah. I'm just trying to make you upset. But he comes across my TikTok feed all the time. Mainly because I like the pizza reviews because it's just like funny to me. And I don't know. But he is asked political stuff all the time. He's just like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Which is very honest answer. And I respect that because he's just like, I'm not
That's
gonna
how
go.
I feel. If I didn't do the education on it, I don't feel credible to speak on it.
Yeah,
So I'm not
exactly.
I'm not going to throw opinions around when I haven't done the research. Like, nope.
So many people do that. It's
Just because I belong to a political party doesn't mean I agree with everything that's being stated by said political party, which I'm a conservative, naturally. I'm not going to just buy into everything just because it's my color. It's not how it works.
yeah, that's the worst part about politics is everybody's like, this is my team. I have to support it and die on this hill. It's like,
Yeah,
no,
and every policy, you're
you
like,
really
have you
don't.
done the research?
That's why I'm not a part of either party. I'm just like, nope,
Mhm. You're the
done. I'm
indie.
the indie guy. I'm just like, nope, I can't be affiliated with either of you guys.
Yep,
Um,
yep. It's relatable.
because at this point I'm just like, why can't we just like why does it have to be like red or blue? Why do we have to do that? Like
No,
it's
it's unnecessary. I think it should all be broken apart and put into shreds. But That's a whole nother episode.
Yeah, no, I think eventually I might get there because it's just such. But we'll change topics after this. But it's one of those things where it's like everybody that's running the country like should be retired right now. Like they should not be working.
Yes,
Any other job,
agreed.
any other job, they would be retired. So it's like, why can't we just like,
Broken system.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, and if and we that's the thing with like that it can correlate back to mental health because we're aware when something's broken because we're all about noticing things like that,
Oh yeah.
and
Oh.
it's very obvious to us, to people like us. We're just like, this is all like not right. Like a lot of red
Yep.
flags going up, and sounds like you had numerous red flags at your last job, and you were like, okay, this is it. And but you said it took some encouraging, so that was good. Like some people had to step in and support you and kind of co-sign your decision, which is good
Yes,
because yeah,
it was necessary for me.
it's a scary decision.
I
So
think I've learned having anxiety is really a journey of coexisting with anxiety because I'm never going to overcome the condition. So part of the journey I've had to take is what anxiety is controlling me more right now. And let's unpack that particular anxiety. And I think the anxiety of uncertainty, which is a big theme in OCD,
yeah,
but also the anxiety of financial instability was so noisy, and it was overcoming all the other anxieties that were impacting me that I needed other people to say, hey, let's actually talk about the rationality, but the irrationality of these worries. Let's unpack it and let's actually see what the truth is. And the reality is that my financial predicament was solvable. And the uncertainty is something I had to live with and be okay with and detach myself from. And then I could quit at that point. So it took some self-reflection for sure.
yeah, and yeah, I my hat's off to you for that. And now you took that hat off and are wearing multiple hats. But you were
So
always doing
I
that
was
anyway.
wearing a lot of hats before. So I
One
don't know
less
how I
hat, the
was doing
heaviest hat.
everything. The heaviest hat, the one that was blocking my vision the most, like
Yeah.
the sombrero got ripped off, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been nice. I'm more clear in my focus now.
So when it comes to OCD, I know we all have our own subtypes and things like that. Is there a certain subtype that you've noticed that you fall into the most, or does it go back and forth? I know some people like kind of like rotate,
Mm-hmm.
or is there a certain one that's like, yep, this is it. This is where it goes.
My OCD I've had since I was 2 or 3 years old, and I did not know until I was 21. So I've actually experienced quite a few subtypes retrospectively looking back that,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
man, these are things I've dealt with. So for me, I found that my OCD mutates regarding whatever I'm holding closest to importance. So entering a marriage, right? That's a high prioritization of relationships and intimacy and all that stuff. So my OCD is definitely playing a game in that category. Prior to that, what I formally was diagnosed with harm OCD, and
Mhm.
that was what I dealt with for years before the marriage. So I'm finding that it's definitely shifting around, impacting my life circumstances. So right now, it definitely is in that relationship bucket, and
I've been in the
mostly been at bay
relationship
though.
status as well. I've been
Oh, isn't
there.
it fun?
Yeah. No, no, it's not.
Yeah, it had the opportunity to tear apart my relationship that I'm in now, and I had to overcome that to reach this point. So it's definitely been a battle, and I'm grateful right now that my OCD is pretty much at bay, which is amazing. And I'm done a lot of work to get here, so I'm just trying to enjoy it and be proactive about everything.
Yeah. So when you say like, I'm guessing when it comes to the relationship OCD, it was like a lot of questioning.
Oh yeah, I had a ton of doubtful thoughts about, I would say it could be broken up into categories. You have the status of the relationship, what the other person is thinking and feeling,
Mhm.
or the other reverse linked to harm OCD is, could I harm this person
Yeah.
intentionally or unintentionally? Am I suffocating them by being too clingy or needy? Then you have the other buckets of, am I not worth it? Am I a burden? Is my
Mhm.
OCD a burden? So it kind of double plays in itself. And, or, is this person going to love me forever? Do they actually love me? Are they just settling? You have all the intrusive thoughts. And I
So it
definitely
wasn't
didn't get
like,
categorized.
so you weren't questioning whether or not you loved them enough to be married to them. It was the
Oh,
other
I
way.
had those. But they were much
Those,
less. The doubts
I,
come in though.
yeah,
And right before
I've had
you,
that.
yeah, yeah, oh no, those were there. I would say they weren't the loudest voices, however. So pick your poison, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, just like
Yeah.
the louder voices, that I get that for sure.
And it's hard to distinct the OCD from legitimate doubt that we face when pursuing a serious relationship and
Hmm.
pursuing marriage. So I really had to separate normalcy, what's considered common, versus my OCD. And really, they both require the same level of treatment and the same method, which is exposure. So it really worked either way.
Yeah, that's true. So when you were younger, how did that? It was with the harm OCD. What was like? Did you have a fear of like contamination, or like did you have thoughts of like harming
Oh,
yourself or
yeah.
others?
Childhood
Or
was terrible.
and back to 2 years old though, I can't remember that far.
I
Personally,
unfortunately can because of the OCD. I can remember
that is
two,
wild.
three, four, five, in very specific memories.
Okay, I
But
was gonna say like yeah, it has to be big
yeah,
events
no,
or
definitely
something.
not long-term stuff. I don't think the long-term stuff became more memorable until about between fourth and sixth grade was when really things started to become more malleable and in a long-term process. But OCD made childhood a living torture. And what made it worse was that I wasn't getting the professional help I needed to address that this is OCD or even anxiety in the proper way. So for me as a kid, it started as like fearing that I would harm my parents in an indirect way. So maybe leaving a candle lit in my room or helping my mom cook dinner and I do something wrong to an outlet or a toaster. Perhaps even as irrational as, let's say my parents go out grocery shopping, they leave me home alone, or one of them goes out grocery shopping and I say, "Hey mom, can you get me chocolate syrup for ice cream?" And I think in my head, oh man, what if she goes in and gets the chocolate syrup for the ice cream and that sets her back 30 seconds and then she gets in a car accident, but the only reason the car accident happened was because I asked
Ah,
her to get that one item. So it became really unregulated, completely out of whack. I had a ton of OCD at school. So I had panic attacks probably about every single day. I had to be removed from the classroom. Eventually, I got a school aide and I was put in special education because the OCD was so bad I couldn't function with normal students and impacted my academic situation as well. And then the worst part was it was so severe, the anxiety and the physical toll it was taking my body that I would pretty much throw up every single morning or dry heave for 18 years without fail every single day. And
jeez.
that was my life. And even all those years later, OCD did not come out of a doctor's mouth, a friend's mouth, a teacher's mouth, a guidance counselor's mouth, a therapist's mouth. It was always just, she's anxiety, or as a woman, it's her hormones. And don't really notice that. Disregard. I would get 8 minutes with the doctor and they would just try to throw pills at me,
Yeah, yeah.
whether it was acid for like my stomach or Xanax, whatever you want
Yeah.
to put in. And yeah, it took a long time.
So are you currently on any medication right now?
I trialed with Lexapro for a bit and I found for me that didn't work and it gave me more side effects. So I actually decided to take a naturopath approach after trying a few different medications, including all the ones you and I probably could list off and ramble about.
Yeah.
And I actually found just for me personally that when I pursued a naturopath and they addressed some imbalances in my body, that actually had a bigger impact. So that plus exposure therapy for me has actually been really successful. Supplements, physical care and health, regulating my diet has made a huge impact on my mental health. And so that's my current situation. So I'm actually medication free, which is huge.
Is
And
there a certain supplement like he's talking about vitamin D, but
mm,
anything like a specific supplement or just like a vitamin
so
supplement?
I'm on like 12 different supplements. And
Okay.
the reasoning for that is what my naturopath has discovered that no doctor has yet is that I have multiple autoimmune conditions. And when those autoimmune conditions flare up, they actually attack my nervous system, which is what increases my anxiety, which naturally feeds any anxiety-based condition like OCD. So by regulating things like my liver and my thyroid and other things that you wouldn't even associate with mental health, for me specifically, has regulated my body, regulated my nervous system. And that's what all those supplements feed, not directly. There is one, I can't remember the name, that is meant for stress, kind of in the same way we associate melatonin with sleep. And I don't remember what it is. I'll text it to you later. But what you really need is you need a full body workup, blood work, to assess things that are going on in your body that might be off. I had many things because I have an autoimmune condition. That's not the case for everyone. And finding that information out really changed my life. It honestly saved my life because I was in so much pain too, physically, and nauseous, and for so many years.
Yeah, because you have the physical stuff that's going on that impacts the mental. So
Oh yeah, big time.
yeah, physically, like I go to the doctor, like you're great. I'm like, sweet.
That's
And
great.
which is
That's
good,
awesome.
but I'm just like, fix it though. My
But
head.
know that a doctor, like a medical person, and I can say this with personal experience because I've been to so many doctors, having literally grown up in a hospital from being sick. Sometimes we need a doctor that has a different way of thinking, which is where maybe natural medicine comes into play for some people. And they're going to look at your body in a way that no MD will with your annual appointment. So I would encourage anyone to seek someone out, even if it's just for a consultation, because they might uncover stuff that will blow your mind. I would have never been diagnosed. And that same could be said for my OCD. If I didn't take this unnatural path, I would have never found the word intrusive thoughts, which eventually led me to the OCD Foundation, which eventually led me to an OCD specialist.
And it seemed urgent, but it ended up not being super urgent, so no problems. And we were able to get right back into it.
Example, but we're good.
Oh yeah, every call. Oh, not every call, but
no, that one got me because like they never. I was like,
yeah,
we're good.
and it wasn't that big of a deal.
No, they're like, okay, we'll call you later. I was like, I'm in the middle of a recording.
Yeah.
Great, that's a live OCD example. I immediately got triggered. Rightfully, I think that's organic human reaction, but
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
to get stuck on it is where OCD plays a
that's
huge
where
factor.
we become different. I'm sure I'll think about it tonight.
Well, maybe not because it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, we're gonna try not to hold on to that one, but for the audience, it's a great example of
it can happen for sure.
It can happen.
I'm like waiting on an email from my psychiatrist right now, but I haven't heard back from her.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, the waiting game. Well, I talked to her the other day and she's like, you can, because I normally just call the office and talk to like the assistant or whatever, and she usually relays the message. It gets back to me pretty quickly, but she's like, you can use the portal and message me. And I'm like, all right, well, I did. And I haven't heard
I
back
hate
yet.
the portal game because it feels so like not real. You're like, did I
Yeah.
actually send? Am I gonna get anything back?
Yeah. Yeah. My therapist though that I'm seeing right now, I just started seeing a new therapist because I'm using my EAP through my work just because I'm taking advantage of that because I didn't want to spend more money on therapy, and I was like,
That's what happens. We
these
need that sometimes.
I was like, I have these free sessions, I should use them. And yeah, I like him. He's a good guy, and we're connecting pretty well. The only thing about it is they're only 30-minute sessions. So yeah, once we
When
get
you
going,
have our minds, you need at least an hour.
yeah,
45 minimum.
yeah, it's like we're just
I
getting
know.
started, and it's like, okay, well, yeah,
Hate
so
that.
gotta adjust there, but I can message him though, like directly, like it's not, I mean, it's through an app, it's not through a portal though. It's more like instant messaging type of messaging. In a way, I haven't used it yet because I just started, like, I've seen this guy twice, so I don't have a whole lot to tell him over messaging yet, but I don't know. I might still message him just because I'm just like, oh, it's been an interesting week, that's for sure. So
Oh man. That
yeah.
could mean so many things.
Yeah. It's just been a stressful week, is what I should say. Not even an interesting week. It's just been stressful, and it's just like,
Well, that can be interesting if you have OCD because that can trigger 20,000 things
yeah.
that are
But
suddenly interesting.
like I said, it's just my anxiety. It's not even the OCD right now. It's just weird.
Nice.
Well, I guess it's manifesting itself in a different way where I'm obsessing about like what you were talking about earlier, which like financial stuff. Like, yeah, I have to, I have to continue on and doing what I'm doing because I have to pay my bills, and like I
That's a
have
whole nother
debt
rabbit hole.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
stuff like that. And I'm just like, and yeah. So a lot going on in my brain, but not related to like my core OCD, like intrusive thoughts, like right now, which is weird.
hmm Yeah. I mean, that's great. That's really awesome to hear, honestly.
In a way, I don't feel that it's that awesome. I when I look at it that way, yeah, it's cool, but I'm just like, I don't know. Like I'm more used to that though.
Yeah,
It's an
I've had to have
unknown.
therapy, honestly, for reacclimating to not having less anxiety because that's how we identify ourselves and that's how we go through our lives.
You're
So when
so
we have
used to it.
less,
Yeah, you're
hmm
just like, what's going on? Like
that's a
when,
very common, even with people that have PTSD or come back from high stress situations, they have to reacclimate to less stress. And it's a whole other game.
yeah, like when is the other shoe gonna drop here?
That's
Not
an
sure.
OCD compulsion too, if we let ourselves think about that.
Yep, it is for sure. But trying to think of what else I wanted to talk about. So when you say, do you have a specific autoimmune disorder that you've been diagnosed with then?
So basically I have a compromised immune system and we haven't gotten the specific diagnoses except for I'm starting to develop a high gluten intolerance, so like celiac is considered autoimmune. But right now my GI, my liver, my kidney, and my thyroid are all inflamed. And we don't know why or what or how yet. So that's in progress,
Ah,
which is not fun because you're like, am I dying?
yeah, what's
Feels
going on?
like I'm dying. So I'm working on it and that could be a long road. So for now I'm just trying to like, take as best care as I can of myself. Supplements, exercise, eating as good as I can and just hoping that that's enough right now.
Yeah, how much are you one of those people that drinks a lot of water every day too?
I am now. I used
Nice.
to be horrible. I don't have a water trigger. Like they actually diagnosed me as someone who like doesn't have the thirst. So I have to force myself. I have put systematic habits in place to make that a thing and it's been going great so far, which is awesome.
Yeah, I actually don't. Yeah, I have to force myself.
It's a
To,
habit you have to build, like brushing your teeth, like
yeah,
anything else. There's no other way around it besides habit building like constructs. So
yeah. I'm good at developing bad habits,
oh,
not
yes.
not
But
good
just
ones.
remember with every bad habit you allow, you're basically telling yourself that you're giving yourself really permission to have more bad habits. So with
Ooh,
every one bad habit, you're really developing three more in the future. So I try to tell myself that before I give into something because I'm like, oh, yeeks.
yeah.
Colin's like, oh, I don't like talking to her today. She's making me feel like shit.
Nah, you could. Nah, I can do that all by myself.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, or masters at that. At least
yeah.
I'm good at something.
I don't need any help for that. No, that's the thing is like most people like that is one, I guess, thing that I've noticed over, well, it comes and goes, but there's sometimes where it's like I've been through so much crap like in my own head or like have said,
hmm
terrible things to myself, where like other people saying things to me, I'm just like, it
Yeah, it
doesn't
doesn't phase.
it doesn't really bother me, but other times it like can really bother me. It's really weird.
hmm
Like it goes in and
hmm
out, like where I'm
Yep.
seeking approval,
Mm.
and then there's a part of me
You
where
mean
it's,
reassurance?
yeah, reassurance. Exactly.
There's the key word.
That's the buzzword right there. But I've noticed that with comedy a little bit, where I'm just like,
Mm.
because that's a, I mean, you have to play off of reassurance. Like if you're not getting laughs, you're not getting laughs.
I don't know
Like
how you do it, man.
it's tough.
Never.
People have so many people have said that to me, and it's just like it's gotten to a point where it's almost like it's therapeutic for me most of the time. Like I don't know, when I go
Mm.
up there, like I'm more nervous off stage than I am on stage sometimes. It's weird.
Wow.
It's weird.
Yeah, yeah. It's like that performance adrenaline. I'm always nervous before I have to do something. And the second it starts, I'm like, I'm on. And someone had told me that because my brain is highly stimulated, I'm moving into an area of high stimulation. So my brain actually regulates my environment, hence performing. And I'm all good. And then there's the crash after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know how that goes. Yeah.
Uh-huh. You got to prepare for it.
Yeah. Like I don't yeah, I usually don't do much after the shows. I go home and yeah, usually crap.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
yesterday I had a show, but I had to drive there and I had to drive back, which is like an hour drive. I just wish I could have teleported home. I was like, I just want to
Oh,
be
it's the
home.
worst. That's the worst.
And it was like it was like not snowing, but it wasn't raining. It was sleeting.
You had to be aware and awake.
Yep.
It's exhausting.
Yeah, because I was gonna like call somebody on the way home, and I was like, nah, I probably shouldn't because of the weather. That's not a good idea. But yeah, I am trying to spend more time out of my head as much as possible right now. So
Hmm.
this does help. Uh, because I almost was like, oh, we should probably reschedule. I got a lot of work to do, but I was like, no, what?
That's my whole brain conversation every day with everything I ever do. So yeah,
Yeah,
I get it. It's a form of anxiety.
can't canceling stuff.
Oh, oh man.
Yeah. Like I had a
Yeah.
friend that wants to hang out tomorrow, and I'm just like, do I want to cancel or do I not?
I have that conversation with everything and being on this, I'm calling it a sabbatical from work. I have told myself I'm not allowed to cancel unless I'm like actually sick or very overwhelmed with work.
Yeah.
And usually I don't meet one of those buckets right now. So I've been committing to everything and I've actually been overscheduling myself to show myself like it's exposure therapy. So it's been helping me. It's every meeting, meetup, meeting, lunch thing, whatever I've had, it's slowly making me reacclimate. So I don't know if that helps you if you treat it like exposure.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
My OC therapist who's been on standby for a while because I'm like every session with her is like pretty expensive, but it's like I mean, it's like that's her specialty. That's why I went to a different therapist too, because I was overcomplicating things with her. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk to a therapist about like, my
Yeah.
anxiety, work
Yeah.
life
Like
balance,
the
stuff like that.
general baseline stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So that's why I kind of shifted right now. So doing what I can, but trying to think. So where has your main focus been right now as far as like you said you're doing like a couple different podcasts, working for the nonprofit, and how long have you been with the nonprofit?
About 6 months now. So
Okay.
a good starter amount of time.
So is that
I
a volunteer position or
it's it's considered a part-time job, really low, like almost stipend level pay. So it's
yeah.
not entirely volunteer, but it's for someone like me who had a full-time job, it feels that way, I think.
Hmm.
And I'm happy to do it. I think my main focus though is actually more about showing myself that I can be consistent and I can take care of myself. So I've been putting all my energy into basically building my processes back up and proving to myself that I can stay committed to each thing every day, whether that's writing a blog post or a podcast episode each week or whatever those tasks are for the second job. And I don't always meet the goals, but I've definitely gone from not meeting any to somewhere in the middle or about like 80%. And that's really what I'm working on. And that includes like my social reacclimation. I'm letting myself take a break, which I never do. And like, yep, I'm going to step out for 4 hours, which I'm the type of person that like works and eats at the same time. I get up and grind at like 5 a.m. Like, let's go 6 a.m. And I work till 7. So for me to like take a step back and like, I'm gonna watch a Netflix show. I'm gonna like take a bath, whatever that pause
Yeah.
is a really big deal for me. And I've been letting myself sit with that anxiety of not working because I developed workaholism and it became a coping mechanism for myself. Some by choice with an over demanding job, but some of it, yeah, I self inflicted. So that's my focus, finding that balance. And that starts with me.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean because there's not a, with my job, it's never like, it's ongoing. So it's not like I could just be like, oh, all the tasks are done.
Yeah.
And
It's
you're,
not, you don't clock out.
no, I
Mm-hmm.
don't ever.
No. You just keep thinking and then constantly feeling insufficient and unsuccessful every time you put your head on the pillow at night.
It's like, I have so much crap. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which is why if you build your own process, your success lies in, did I get all the tasks I need to get done today? Because you know it's working towards a large goal. If I tell myself, like, let's just take podcasting,
Small
I'm not
goals.
edit. Yeah, you have to do it. Like if I'm like, I'm not editing this podcast till Thursday, I don't think about it until Thursday. And like I gave the allotted time I know I need. This is my tasks today. It has nothing to do with the podcast, with anything else. So I don't let myself think about it. It's like if I need to get these things done. And I'm also graceful now. If I get 5 out of 6 of those things done, I'm still successful. And I feel that success and I let myself have that win. And I keep my head down and focused. And I have to do it now because otherwise I overthink.
Yeah. Yep. I definitely can relate to that. So I think we should wrap up though. I would love to talk for longer, but that obviously, as you
I
know,
know that's our tendency.
that's more editing and
Oh, yeah. I know how that is.
yeah, I'm trying to keep things at a better time limit, which because like I've said on other episodes, like now that I record from home mostly, like I used to record a lot of stuff in like a studio where I'd be timed and like pay by the hour. So like I gotta get out.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, oh, I don't have to do that. So especially when people are over here, I'm like, I gotta start setting a timer, like, cause
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You have to. But like, dude, editing, editing's a lot. So short and sweet for you.
yeah, editing can be a lot. Luckily, I'm not doing audio and video in a different like portal, like where I'm like filming one thing and like,
Dude, that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm questioning my choices.
yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it's the best move, but we'll find out. I'm trying to figure that out now.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of fine tuning and seeing what works. That's being a creator. That's just the way it goes, unfortunately. So
Yep.
trial
Yeah.
and error, and yeah, and the social media stuff, like with the when we were talking about the algorithms earlier, I'm so frustrated with that. Like people have
No
told me
more
not,
deleting, Colin. No
yeah,
more deleting.
people have told me not to delete stuff in the past. I was like, they don't know. That can't be that big of a deal. Like,
Uh-huh.
but
Yeah. All right. I'm telling you now as your next friend in line here.
yeah.
Cut it
Well,
out.
yeah, I need to cut it out. Well, I better wrap up my tasks for the day that I need to get done.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go from there. But I appreciate you spending some time with me to talk about some important stuff. And it had been a while. I think the last time we talked was at least a year or so ago.
Yeah, I think over a year. Yeah.
Yeah. And you had a different name and everything. And
I know, different person.
totally different,
Unemployed. New
totally
name.
different. Well, I appreciate you taking the time and I hope you have a good rest of your day. And sounds like things are going well for you, and that's awesome. So keep
Yeah, thank
staying
you. Thank you.
consistent. The name of
Staying
the episode,
consistent.
consistency.
Let's go, guys.